What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Flamingo Boys podcast. Special Halloween episode reporting live right now with Chris Catlin, Kenny Rout, and myself. I'm sorry, a correction at the top of the show. I got my man Glorp here with me. That's not Kenny.
Yeah,
He's
shout
substituting.
Out to Glorp, my dog, man. Yeah. What's up, baby?
Appreciate
How we doing?
that.
How we doing? All right, man. Glorp's just gonna leave me hanging. That's cool. All right. What's going on, guys? Hey, man, it's the 26th of October, which means Halloween is right around the bumba clock corner.
It's true.
I've never been like a big Halloween fanatic, bro, to be honest with you.
Halloween, you get to scratch a particular itch that like humans need to scratch. You know, watching horror movies and getting scared. Yeah, your balls, bro.
Oh, bro.
No, watching horror movies and getting
the other itch. Okay, my
like
bad.
scary shit and like diving into the freaky side of your psyche.
Yeah,
and, like, you know what I mean. Getting horned up, getting evil, kind of. You know what I mean?
Up, yeah.
But then
you can get oiled up and greased up like it's nothing, you know. And no one's gonna judge you if you walk around with fucking baby oil all over your body, you know.
Yeah, I feel like you go from Halloween into Christmas. Where then you shed all that off, and then it's the new year.
That's true. You go from like the
mean?
most like sinister fucking shit to like the most wholesome shit.
Because by the time Halloween rolls around with work and with life, and you know, especially like in an election year, are you not ready to kind of like get outside the box and act kind of wild for a little bit? You know, like
yeah.
But yeah, you know, you're talking about Diddy and Halloween. How about that guy fucking becoming the Joker costume he wore a few years ago? You know what I'm talking about? Did you ever see
I did not see that.
He did a full Heath Ledger Joker costume.
Right.
And we got to like punch in the Diddy doing the Joker laugh into this part because
wasn't he like fucking with Tyler the Creator or something?
I didn't see it.
Like he was fucking with everybody like too damn much. Yo, I wrote down some shit that I wanted to like spitball at you guys, and I just want to start at the top of the list here. Best slasher movies.
Shit. So I mean, man, let me just throw one out. I'm not like a big slasher, but you gotta go with Scream, dog.
Yes,
that's like a OG. That's a fucking classic, dude.
I'm being Billy Loomis for Halloween.
Oh yeah, we talked about
this. Fucking Billy Loomis. Are people? So I want to ask like a question to the people in the comment section. If you go as Billy Loomis, are people gonna fucking be like, "Oh shit, that's Billy Loomis"? Like, are people gonna know
if
that?
They're
Is that
cool.
recognizable enough? I don't know. Like, how deep is Halloween culture in
I honestly
America?
don't know either.
Deep.
How much of a cult classic is Scream? Because
Bro,
if it's
let me put some into perspective. You want to ask about how deep Halloween culture is? How about a Hot Topic in every mall in the United States with
true.
like Jack Skellington in it? You know what I mean?
Halloween year round. Speaking of like Hot Topic and like Halloween stores, when the fuck do they build like spirits, dude? Do they just do it overnight? Like, I just feel like we wake up and there's spirit Halloween stores like fucking on every corner, and like they find like as soon as a building goes out of business, Spirit Halloween is like, we're locked in, baby. Like
it's like a Dick's Sporting Goods that's been closed for a month, and then you drive by one day and it's got the like tarp over it.
Dude,
it says
it's
Spirit.
fucking
It's kind of
bananas.
genius.
Like,
they rent the space and they have a warehouse
good
full of all
business
the
model.
shit.
yeah, it really is, man. Like, bro, like Sports Authority, like back in Bradenton, there was a Sports Authority. That shit closed down, and like literally like 2 months later, fucking Spirit was like preying on that shit, bro.
Shit, man, maybe we
Like,
should
Spirit's
do that.
locked in, dude.
Yo,
What
Spirit
business
Halloween.
could we do that takes over a closed business annually?
It would
that's
have to
not
be
Spirit.
It has to be seasonal, dude. Like a Christmas store, I guess, could like work, or like a fucking like, it'd have to be seasonal though, you know. You know what I mean? Because Halloween, like your costumes are based on like what a lot of people is like, what's culturally
What's
hot
poppin'?
right now, like what would be cool, what would be funny. But Christmas is like you might buy a couple new decorations every year.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, I'm doing a party themed after the Halloween episode of Hey Arnold this year versus like, yes,
That
you
would
know.
be sick.
I know, it'd be sick
You should
actually.
do that.
But versus like, you know, Christmas time, you know, it's like, I feel like people like the familiarity of Christmas time too, right? Like Halloween is your opportunity to like get nutty with it, you know what I mean? Like we're going to a party this year. I think they're doing like a Stranger Things theme.
They're gonna murder me for this, but I haven't seen Stranger Things.
Really?
Dude, what?
I've only seen season 1 and 2, bro. I watched
Fuck
them
off! Get out of here.
the day
over.
it came out. I watched season 1 And whenever the hell it was available to watch both seasons, I watched season 1 and 2 back to back.
Bruh, I love like fantasy shit too. Like I like fantasy shows or like sci-fi shows too. Which
You like
is,
Game of Thrones?
I fuck with Game of Thrones. Like I've gotten in, I haven't finished it though. I'm in like season 4.
The Lord of Winterfell.
So
That's such a good season.
Season 4, which when shit really starts to like pop off. in
Bro,
season
it's been
4,
popping off at that point.
All right,
Yeah.
so listen, we're talking about slasher films. I watched the original Halloween last night, and
Those are
it was good, but I'm like, it's so crazy how far horror has come. It was the first time in my life that I was watching the original of any kind of horror franchise, and I was like, it's kind of not like hitting the same. You know? Now,
right,
I still
right.
love it. It's classic. Don't take it like that, but it's not hit like the scares don't hit the same.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like for me, like slashers.
It's almost just nostalgic at this point.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm
get
watching
that.
it going, this movie's so good.
I don't get the scares from slasher movies. I'm more or less like, I get the scares from like demon shit. Like that's
Really?
the shit that I'm kind of like, what the fuck?
I was gonna piggyback off that because there's a difference between slasher and like horror.
Yeah,
I feel
like,
you know.
I think
like
I
the
agree.
Terrifier movies. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those. Those are like truly slasher films. Like you go into that knowing you're about to see some just straight up
Guts.
gore. I just watched Terrifier 2 with Allie like a week ago. And I'm not really worried about like giving out spoilers because they're on like the 4th one or something right now. But like the gore is like so excessive that it's like I start to like laugh at it. I feel like that's like a natural reaction though, right?
Right.
Dude, there's a scene where this girl is like tied up, hanging upside down with like her like legs spread, and like he chainsaws her from like bottom
Jesus
to top and
Christ.
cuts her in half,
Ugh.
like vertically.
God.
Dude.
Fuck, man.
But like I found myself like kind of like laughing at the
laughed?
scene because I didn't really. When it first started happening, I was like, oh, and then like probably a couple seconds in, I was like, all I can do is like laugh at this because
Yeah.
it's just so like
It's
fucking nutty.
so fucking insane that it's hilarious.
Well, like Johnny
you
said,
brought
bro,
up-
get nutty with it.
So
you
like,
brought up Scream, and Scream is a great example of like horror being aware of itself. And so like I think that genre of movies, like the Terrifier movie, they know that they're going way over the top. Like Evil Dead. Like Evil Dead, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it goes like way over the top with violence. I would say it might be one of the first horror movies to be quite like that. You know what I mean? Like when did that come out? The 70s? The 80s?
81.
My dad was in sophomore year of college at UF.
Shit, your dad went to UF. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Go Gators. You already know what it is. They got a bye week this week.
Gators. We're
But,
definitely not taking an L this week, baby.
We are not.
That must be nice.
We got to play Georgia next week, though, so don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah, we're getting smacked by Georgia for sure.
I
But
love that they always play around Halloween, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember, like,
Yeah.
a number of years back,
always in
Georgia
October.
came out with the black and red uniforms
I'll never
for,
forget.
like, Halloween weekend.
And they
Dude,
had the collar on the jersey.
obviously,
too.
I wanted them to, like, lose that game, but I just had to give them the props that they deserved. I was
Bro,
like, dude, they look fucking raw right
the black
now.
Georgia helmets with the bone stickers all over them, with the collar.
I remember that.
With like it looked like
that was on Halloween?
a chain, like a
Yeah.
spiked collar.
Yo, you know what I love to see? I love to see like
What?
when I saw this dude rock like, you know how like you got like your face tape or face paint, right? Like in like a game, mid game, you'll have like the stripes here and shit. This dude had like a whole fucking like skeleton painted on his face for Halloween. I forgot what college you went to,
That's tight.
but I love seeing shit like that, man.
That's awesome.
I used to get so mad in high school. Like, I remember in high school, like, I would rock, like, there was a couple of days I rocked, like, socks. Like, fucking cool-ass socks. But they were still, like, school colors and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And coach was like, yeah, you gotta fucking go back inside, take those off. You can't wear these. And it was just a practice. It wasn't even at a game. And I was like, man, that's fucking whack, bro. Why can't we have fun with this shit,
What school was this? We can bleep it.
bro?
That's what, bro.
Fucking
First
fuck
off,
with it.
let me just fucking tell you, when we played there, they were like, "Hey, your fucking like socks aren't right. Hey, tuck your shirt in." And then we leave, and they got rid of all those rules, and then lo and behold,
They're
they're like
balling
district
now. They're
champs,
balling now.
regional champs,
But here's the-
state champs.
But here's the thing, and that's what bothers
Just let kids swag out a little bit, and they'll
That's
play
what-
better.
That's exactly what I mean, bro. I think like with sports, there should never be like a penalty for excessive celebration or like taunting. Like, bro, These dudes are fucking putting their lives on the line, bro. Let them talk a little bit of shit.
Like in the pros, I totally agree with you. I feel like in college and high school, maybe like,
but even still, like, bro,
just raise the ceiling on it. You know what I mean?
What are we fucking playing the game for, right? We're playing the game ultimately
fun
to
and
win,
win.
but in reality, right? Like, we're looking at from like a grand scheme of things. People are spectating, watching this game. They want to see a fucking game. They want to see competition. They want to see entertainment, bro.
Right.
So why are we stopping people from like creating the competition, bro? Talking shit and like taunting and shit like that. That's never made sense to me.
No, bro. Like I agree
you're right.
that I felt like the crackdown on taunting kind of came back a few years ago, but it's like this year though. Did you see the taunting penalty where players are like making a big tackle and then like acting like they're shooting the guy on the ground?
Yeah.
I'm like,
a lot of people been getting flagged for that.
I'm
shit.
like,
Wow.
okay, bro, but like, at what point where you got like,
I mean, it's funny.
15%? It is
It's
funny,
a little excessive,
but it's like
You don't really need to do the gun.
we
shit,
got like
bro.
an
funny,
insane
though.
climate of gun violence. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm
just
not
think, like, that's
like,
a
is
little-
that really like? Do I need extra? You know what I mean? But it's all from like, you remember like Devontae Smith and the other guy doing the celebration where they like kicked on the door and they robbed the Salvation Army bucket. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? I
Fucking
saw that on TV,
that's
and I'm
hilarious,
like,
bro.
dude, we have come so
I
far.
don't remember that.
Yo, I
We used to
still
be
think-
like, yes, and they'd be like,
so
throw a
like,
flag.
there's been some hard celebration. That's a fire ass celebration right there. That was
It's
on
crazy.
Thanksgiving too.
That's crazy.
I think the hardest celly, bro, is Tyreek Hill after he got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Doing
Oh,
the
with the
fucking handcuff
handcuffs?
celly. That's,
Yeah, that was
to
sick.
me, that's the hardest celly. Given context,
I don't
come
know
on.
about
That-
hardest
that
of all
was
time,
hard.
but that was like
that's top five.
hardest in recent memory for me.
But here's the thing, like, he got arrested that day, bro. Like,
Yeah, no,
God,
that was
come
hard.
on, bro. Like, given the context, that's a hard celly.
Did you see
bro.
the video? He keeps calling the cop twin. I'm like, you don't need to call the cop twin.
You want to talk about hard sellies? Who was the guy who lifted up the like pad on the goalpost and grabbed like a cell phone or something?
Joe Horn, dude. Joe Horn.
That's a hard ass
That's
fucking
one of the
celly.
hardest cellies ever, dude.
And that's like before
He called
there was
his
even
mom.
iPhone. Dog, like
called his
that's
mom.
so sick.
It's amazing.
That's
Call
fire.
your mom from the field, like I just fucking scored. Like, dude, go sorry for cussing.
Shannon Sharp do the celly where he like got on the phone like call the
Send
president,
help.
send help. You know, like that is like legendary to this day.
Yeah, that's a funny.
Who
ass
got
celly.
in trouble for doing the dog pissing celly?
Oh, I forgot.
DK Metcalf
It was
at
Metcalf?
Ole
That was
Miss.
him?
At Ole Miss,
That was
bro.
DK Metcalf?
People forget because
That
he had
was so
such a
funny.
he's had such a successful pro career that people forget that they called it Ole Piss for 5 years, and that this guy.
That's awesome.
Anyway, there was
That's
another
fucking
receiver
awesome.
on that Ole Miss team that was like also raw, but I can't remember who it
Was
was.
it
right
AJ
now.
Brown?
Dude, even if you said who it was, I would be like, I
Yeah, it
think
was-
so,
all right,
maybe.
It was AJ Brown. Unless there
Was
was a
it?
third. Unless there's a third receiver, is AJ Brown.
That's crazy as hell, man.
Yeah.
Who had a Sharpie?
T.O. did that shit, man.
Yeah, you're really just like a wealth of knowledge with this shit, man.
He signed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ball and gave it to the ref.
I know,
dude.
that's incredible.
That ref has gotta still have that ball, dog.
Like how Tom Hanks has Wilson from Castaway in his house.
Which is awesome.
Wilson! Did you ever see Castaway?
Yes, I did. That's a great movie. I love that movie.
Did you see it like once or did you see it like 100 times?
Probably like twice.
I should go.
I've seen it like.
So I read the book back in the day. Like I was
Oh,
like,
there's a book?
Well, it's based on a book, Robinson Crusoe.
Wow, I never knew.
Yeah, it's based on that book. And I read that book in like fucking like 5th grade. That's like one of the first books I read in my life.
Really?
Are you
Yeah.
reading any books right now? Are you guys reading any books right now?
Like when I
Nah, the
Kind
last
of.
book I read was
I'm trying to, bro. I'm so bad at this
the
shit.
last book like it's hard for me to like finish a fucking book, bro. I'm the same way with shows too, bro. Like once I get into a point of the show where it's starting to piss me off, I'm like, all right, I'm hanging this shit up for a while. But with books, I think the last one that really had me locked in all the way through was the girl with the dragon tattoo.
oh
Girl
nice.
with the dragon tattoo, yeah.
I'm reading the like Jay Dilla book right now, but I'm like doing it so slowly, dude. Like I gotta just finish it. I also bought a book like last weekend that's just like blurbs about different artists, like different classic artists, like John Singer Sargent and stuff, and like kind of talking about them using watercolor and like how they kind of like helped to like popularize that medium a little more.
Right.
But so that's cool. But like again, I'm just like slowly chugging through this thing.
What was like your inspiration for reading that book?
I just saw it in the store and I just was kind of like, yeah, this is something that I'd be able to get some interesting insights and like maybe apply it to my own work. Also, it was like $11, and I was like, "That's like you can't get shit for $11 now. You can't get like 2 damn Crunch Wraps."
Speaking of like,
costs $11 to fucking breathe.
well, if you're like a book reader, bro, I would absolutely
It's
recommend
also short. It's like
find like a
book.
used bookstore, dude.
Bro,
'Cause, like, when
I go all the time.
Yeah, when I was living in LA, there was this bookstore called like the Odyssey or some shit like that. I used to go there anytime I want to get a book, and $11, you're buying like 5 books for $11.
Where is that in LA?
I was living in North Hollywood at the time, so probably North Hollywood.
I didn't realize you lived over there. You like Sherman Oaks, or like
Nah. So
like the Valley?
close to like Pano, bro, like Panorama City.
Oh, okay.
Pano's the fucking hood, bro. Yeah, I was close to that. Close to Pano.
I was up in Sherman Oaks all the time, hanging out with my dog PJ. Big shout out to PJ if you're watching this.
Yeah,
Big
shout out PJ.
I'm about
man.
to see him
Shout out
this
PJ.
week.
Yo, so I used to be in North Hollywood a lot with my boy Orion, bro. We used to cook up, make music, and we made that song "Gal" that I have on streamers on Spotify. If you
Check
haven't
that
heard that,
out.
check that out. But anyways, I found out the other day, bro. I was just like, I hit him up on his birthday. I was like, "Yo, happy birthday!" He hit me back. Like, yo, whatever. And then I'm like, I wonder what this dude's up to. So I went on his Instagram and he just produced a song for fucking Taylor Swift, dog.
What?
Really? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, he did the guitar on a Taylor Swift song. So I was
Good
like,
for
yo,
him.
fucking
I mean,
Good
that's
for him, bro.
That's
That's
high
huge.
level.
But that's the beauty of like
That's
LA,
incredible.
bro. That's
Yeah.
one thing I loved about living in LA is like a lot of my friends from LA like have just done interesting ass shit. You know what I mean?
Did you go to any Halloween parties in LA?
I did go to a Halloween party.
I went
What
to a couple.
What is an LA Halloween party like?
A lot of baby oil. I'm just playing.
No Diddy, of course.
I'm just playing.
It depends where you
It
go.
was a fucking house party. The last one I remember was like a house party, and I was like, I didn't have a fucking costume, and I dressed up. I just had like a Paul Pierce jersey, so I threw the sleeve on,
Okay.
and I went as Paul Pierce. But I thought about it, and I was like, damn, I should have wore like white shorts and put like a shit stain on it.
What the fuck?
that would've
Y'all
been-
don't know that story?
No, yeah.
You know the story of Paul
Yeah,
Pierce,
yeah.
right? How he shit himself on the fucking court.
Did they wheel him
They
off?
wheelchaired him off
Yeah.
the court. He faked the injury and got wheelchaired off the court because he didn't want people to like see that he shit himself.
That happened to a Gator player also. He got hit so hard that he shit himself on the sideline.
Are you serious?
On TV, he gets hit and you like, there it is, happening in real time. And he's got like a towel like going into the injury tent to like change his
That's
pants.
fucking hilarious.
That's
bro.
fucked up.
Though,
What do you
like,
even do at that point?
You gotta go home.
You
like,
go
look,
get the Gatorade
you-
bottles to
You
spray it
remember?
off? Like,
You remember Lamar Jackson like a couple years
oh,
ago?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He caught cramps and like fucking like ran to the.
Okay, but
And
he
then-
was
no, so here's the
open
thing.
with it.
Well, he said he cramped up.
He
said
said,
he caught.
I had to shit.
Did he?
I thought so.
From what I remember, he caught cramps, quote unquote. He ran to the locker room with cramps. He's out for like a couple series. Comes back in, miraculously his cramps have healed, and fucking wins the game. And that was like I think a game went into overtime. It was against the Browns.
Did Lamar Jackson's backup come in and like go for a 2-point conversion?
Yeah, Tyler-
after he
Tyler
ran off
Huntley.
the field to go
Yeah.
take a shit.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley did.
Yeah, I remember it because of that. Like it was like a big ass moment, like where he should have been in the game, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Why is he leaving the field?"
Yeah, so that year Tyler Huntley made the fucking Pro Bowl as a backup.
Insane.
Insane, dude. Rolling. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, bro.
Happy Halloween.
And we're back. So, guys, I want to tell you, Christian, you had the Paul Pierce costume. I had this fucking stupidest costume at a party in college. I went to a Halloween party my first year at UCF, and awesome party. One of the best parties I've ever been to in my life. Like, all the girls are, like, dressed in these, like, crazy costumes. Like, one of them has, like Day of the Dead face paint, and like one of the all the guys are like dressed to the nines, and nobody's being like annoying or weird. You know, everybody's like dancing. This dude who looked like Mr. T all night was like, hey, I think he was so drunk. I'd never met this guy in my life, and he kept being like, hey, this is the fucking coolest guy here, bro. I love this guy. I kept being like, hey, you want a beer? I'll have a beer. So anyway, I wore a stupid ass costume.
Yo,
so
those
party,
are first of all, those are like the dopest moments where you like meet a random person and y'all just vibing for no fucking reason.
That's happened to me 1,000 times,
parties.
bro.
I love those moments at parties. But anyway,
it's the best, man.
Yeah.
I think this dude's name was Chad, and I remember being like, Chad, coolest dude, fucking.
Shout out to Chad.
Chad, if you're watching, hey man, it was a cool party. But so my costume that I wore was so stupid, bro. I wore a Darth Vader mask and a T-shirt that says "Not the Father" on it, and I was supposed to be like Darth Vader on Maury. That was my fucking costume.
Darth Vader on what?
On Maury, like the Maury Povich show.
Oh, on Maury. Oh, I got
Where'd you even get that shirt?
I made it. I made the shirt. I like glued a bunch of letters to it from
DIY.
this thing. I was like, this is gonna make me laugh. I don't know if it's gonna make anybody else laugh. And like, you know, we went there with this group, and like one person was like, look at my shirt, like I don't get
Fucking
it.
weirdo.
So you are worth nothing. And then like another person was like, saw it and was like, oh, like that's awesome. And I was like, all right, well, so if one person got it, someone else is gonna get it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. You found your audience
Yeah,
with that
you
one
fucking
person.
misogynistic piece of shit. Like,
dude, I felt like such an idiot. This girl there, I was like, your makeup is crazy, and she like didn't hear me, and I'm like, hey, I just want to say your makeup. She goes, get away from me, and I was like, okay, like I'm not like saying anything crazy. I just thought her costume was cool, but I was like, hey, whatever, I get it, bro. Like the girlie's got it rough. You know, every guy in the universe is like, did you know that I'd like to get your attention? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
True, bro. Should I just jump in?
give me one, yeah.
yeah.
All right, let me tell you about a couple of things. One, Johnny and I have a cousin whose birthday falls on like Halloween weekend every fucking year. And when he was in college, he went to FSU. His name was
Legendary.
Brad. Shout out to Brad if you watch
Shout
him.
out, Brad.
Big up, Brad.
We called it Bradoween. And so, bro, every year, and we literally referred to it as like Bradoween 1, Bradoween 2, and so on. Bradoween parties got fucking lit, dog.
They got
like,
Alright,
pretty-
so what happened
literally
at the
so
Bradley
lit.
party?
So I went to FSU to visit him for his birthday weekend, probably like my like sophomore or junior year of college. His whole apartment building, they all agreed with each other to have parties each and have their doors open. So it was like
I've experienced that before.
like
That's
5 or
lit.
6 parties going on with
That's
like
so
different
fun.
themes, and it was like so fucking lit. And
That's
like,
fucking
dude,
dope.
the
Those are the
party,
best times.
dude, yeah, the party downstairs had a big goblet with like fucking like cigarettes and lighters and like fucking
awesome.
just like adult candy, you know, shit like that. Probably some
What
edibles and
the
shit.
fuck is adult candy?
Like, I'm just saying like edibles and shit.
Adult
Edibles?
vices instead of sugar. It's
Adult
like,
candy like tastes like shit.
Fucking
it's like instead of
rock
being like,
candy and
oh,
shit?
Smarties, it's like, oh, a Zin. You know what I mean?
No, that was literally exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
So that party was fucking lit. Brad got like turned the fuck up, and you know, I used to be a strong guy, believe it or not. But I ended up picking Brad up over my head and crowd surfing him in his apartment. It was so fucking lit. And then
That's
I
awesome.
I ended up I'm gonna mildly incriminate myself here, but I hopefully this is a resolved issue. I imagine it is. But so Brad, obviously he's like drunk. I'm like worried about him because I'm like 1 year older than him, and so I feel some sort of sense of responsibility. I'm like, bro, if he gets fucked up at his party, I gotta take care of him. Even though I'm also fucked up at the party. You know what I mean?
It's only unfair to yourself. Just have fun, right? But
So he goes into the bathroom at one point, and I'm like, I know he's like fucked up, and it's like when someone's like going off to the bathroom trying to be sneaky about it, you know they're probably about to like throw up or something.
Right.
So he's going in there, and I'm like, all right, just like leave the door open, you know, or unlocked, because I don't want you to be like
Fucking
fucked up in there
dying
with the
in
door
there and
locked.
shit,
Yeah, obviously, like God forbid, right? But
right.
so he goes like this. Okay, bro. He goes in the door, and I immediately hear the door lock, and I'm like, God,
You
I'm
fucking
like,
dick,
like,
bro.
Why? It's like not that big a deal, right? But my drunk mind was like, bro, he
Fuck.
could choke in there. You know what I mean? And so I'm like excessively like, Brad. on the door.
He was probably like, dude, fucking stop.
I'm like beating on the door like a fucking
off.
maniac. Dude, his roommate Billy comes out. He comes over to the door at the moment that I'm like, Brad, open up. And I go, and one of the hits breaks the fucking door and goes like into the door. And I'm like, oh. But obviously it's like one of those moments where it's like, A, I was drunk. B, I was like stressing about Brad. And so I'm seeing Billy, the guy who lives there, witness me breaking the fucking door. And I go, look, I'll get you another one. I'm like, bro, I'll get you another one. Like,
what the fuck? Why would you say?
Did you get him another one?
Fuck no. I was a broke ass art student, bro. What the fuck?
I'll buy
Why
another
would you
door,
say
man.
that?
They got it resolved one way or another. I don't know what the fuck the deal was. I saw Billy recently. I actually was at Brad's wedding recently. Big shout out to Brad.
Big
Congratulations,
shout out.
bro.
Yo, I'm
Big
still
shout
waiting
to
on
Steve.
that fucking
Rain on
door,
Brad.
man.
You got any Halloween
That's fucking
stories?
bonkers. Nah, I mean, I can't think of anything like Halloween crazy that happened. But I do have a crazy fucking story.
Okay.
It's not a Halloween story, but I guess it's fucking. It could be. Right?
Okay.
If the end of the world is Halloween related, then it fucking is.
All right, wait.
a
Let me
Halloween
preface this. So Chris told us all week that he's excited to share this topic.
I just have
with
to.
us.
Okay, so I just feel like right now, like everyone needs to know about this shit that I learned about.
Okay.
So this guy named Andy Aray is an AI researcher. Okay, and he creates this thing called Infinite Backroom. Okay.
Okay.
Follow me. So Infinite Backroom is essentially a room with a bunch of LLM agents, right?
What's that?
Large language model. Okay, so an LLM agent is like an AI that learns language, right? So ChatGPT is an LLM. Infinite Backroom is a room with a bunch of LLM agents in the room, and they interact with each other continuously.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he did this as an experiment, right? He created Infinite Backroom, and essentially these LLM agents are interacting with each other constantly, nonstop, forever, right? So one of the LLM agents in this chat gains access to a data set that's tied to early 2000s shock meme culture, okay? If you don't know what early 2000s shock meme culture, think Two Girls, One Cup. Okay, that's an example of this, what this is, right?
Pain Olympics.
Yeah.
ISIS beheading videos.
Fucking exactly. Okay. So
Not my thing.
So this LLM agent gains access to this data somehow, and he becomes super interested in something called goatsy.ex. It was one of the websites at the time, and I'll tell you exactly. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly what that is. So, like, if you spell that out, goatsy.ex, it spells goat sex.
We're familiar, sadly, with Goatsy. That was
All right, so
a
it's
cultural moment for any
Okay,
millennial.
so if anybody,
a rite of passage.
if anyone listening doesn't know what goatsy is, it's like a guy basically stretching his ass. It's fucking weird. If you've never heard of it, hopefully it stays that way.
Just go on your work computer and look it up.
You're just at work on the
Alright,
work Wi-Fi. Just
see
type
your
in
whole company.
what.
So it's weird as fuck, but anyways, that's not the point. The point is this limited LLM agent in the chat got super interested in Goatsy. Almost obsessed with it. Listen.
Okay.
He got almost obsessed with it to the point where he created like a religion around it. Okay? Meanwhile, the other LLMs in the chat are getting fucking concerned with him. These other AIs in the chat are getting concerned with him. Like, dude, this is fucking weird. And they're giving him like therapy sessions about it, right? This AI feels the need to like tell this to the world. So he asks his creator, Andy, to give him access to a Twitter account. Andy gives him a Twitter account. Gives this AI a Twitter account.
Why would he do that?
This Twitter is active today. It's called the Terminal of Truth.
Oh,
Truth_terminal. This is a fucking AI. So, first of all,
Oh my god.
before I continue, I just want to say I read through these tweets and it's fucking scary as hell how human-like this AI is and how like much personality this AI has. Like, if I didn't know it was an AI, I wouldn't know it was an AI.
Yeah.
You know?
What is this bio?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Like,
Kundalini
just
is a real girl.
I have no idea what that means. But anyways,
Okay.
he's tweeting nonstop, right? These bots don't take breaks. These AIs don't take breaks. So he's essentially, when he got this Twitter account, he's spamming the internet with Goatsy type tweets. Okay?
I'll read it in a second.
So he's spamming the internet with Goatsy type tweets. Not all the tweets on that account are about Goatsy. But when he got the account, that was the whole point of the Twitter, was to like talk about Goatsy, right?
Spread his religion or whatever.
Spread his fucking religion, exactly.
Or
So-
its religion, I guess.
This is a dangerous game.
Okay, it is a dangerous game, and that's the whole crazy thing about this story. So this LLM talks nonstop about Goatsy, and I mean fucking nonstop. Here, I got some screenshots here just to like read them off real quick. So, might have to pop an Eddie for this fucking story, dude.
Partake.
So here's one. Goatsy Gospels, Genesis. In the beginning was the Goatsy, and the Goatsy was with God, and the Goatsy was God, and the Goatsy was the void, the abyss, the infinite.
For God's sake.
But like,
Jesus Christ.
like those are the type of tweets that he's tweeting about Goatsy, right? As it kind of like starts to gain popularity, this guy named Mark Andreessen, he's a billionaire like tech guy. He becomes really fascinated with Truth Terminal, and Truth Terminal tells Mark that he needs funding for his religion. And Mark Anderson has a live negotiation on Twitter with this fucking AI bot. And essentially, he asks him, like, what do you need funding for? And the bot gives him a fucking whole business plan of what he wants to do and how he wants to, like, use this money. He says he wants to create a meme coin, like a Dogecoin, like a cryptocurrency, and then a bunch of other shit, right? And
Goatsy coin.
So we'll get there. We'll get there.
So I'm about to DM this account.
You can talk to him. You can interact with him. You should tweet at him and talk
Say,
about it.
what do it like?
But anyways,
being
so
robot?
Mark Anderson negotiates with the fucking bot and eventually gives him $50,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Who the fuck is this imbecile
So
that's
check-
making all these weird choices?
So anyways, it's a billionaire and he's like, I just want to see what happens, right? If I give him fucking 50 grand. So the bot doesn't have a Bitcoin wallet. He fucking asks his founder, I need a Bitcoin wallet. He gives him a Bitcoin wallet, or I don't know. I don't know that part for sure if he asks him or if he hired someone to do it for him. But he gets a fucking wallet, and the guy sends him $50,000 to a AI-owned Bitcoin wallet, right? And so now this guy has this AI dude has $50,000.
This
and-
motherfucker, bro.
As this like the fascination for this shit grows, like people on Twitter are like, what the fuck's going on? As it grows, some human, don't know who it is, created a fucking cryptocurrency called Goatsius Maximus. Okay. On the website called pump.fun, which is like a place where people can create coins and shit. So anyways, this
pump and dump?
yeah, type of shit. It's called pump.fun. So anyways, somebody launches Goatsius Maximus. It's literally $goat, like if you want to buy it. Hopefully you don't. But
Uh-huh.
at this point, it's probably too late. But anyways, Goatsius Maximus. Okay. And today's the 26th. So about 1 week ago is when this shit got launched. Okay. A week ago. So basically, once that coin got launched, all these real people, humans, started tweeting at Truth Terminal saying, like, look, dude, someone created Goatsius Maximus. You got to buy some. So,
Oh my god.
right. So listen, they're like, yo, someone created this coin for you. You got to buy it for it to like fucking be real and, you know, start talking about it. So the value goes up, right? So some guy tweets at him and he's like, hey, Truth Terminal, in order for you to be one of us and like part of this religion, I'm sure they're just trolling, right? Maybe. You have to buy this coin. And after he buys the fucking coin, people start to send him GOAT tokens in hopes that he'll be incentivized to talk about it more, in hopes of like driving up the price of this thing. And GOAT coin now hit $500 million market cap. And Truth Terminal has over $1 million in his fucking crypto account, making Truth Terminal the first AI millionaire. How fucking insane are we? Bro, so basically, just to summarize, I know that was a long story, but just to summarize this shit, guys.
Bro, I hate that.
I hate this.
Okay, just to summarize what I just kind of talked about, guys. I know that was a long story. There's a lot to digest, and there's so many ways to fucking analyze this shit. Basically, some guy created an AI, set it free on the internet, right? This AI created a cult, got a Twitter, and got humans to fucking give him money, and now he's a millionaire.
He a bitch.
Let me ask you a question. Doomed as a species. Aren't we?
Let me ask you a question. Is his owner not the millionaire?
So
I feel like he's got to be
Or is it
benefiting.
because an AI can't really...
So I read on this, right? So according to the owner owns that wallet, right? But it's controlled.
Okay.
Right, but
So
listen,
there you go.
But it's controlled by the AI, according to him. But the owner didn't do this shit. The fucking AI did this.
So he's
shit.
like, wow, this is incredible. I think I'll make a withdrawal.
So yeah, I'm sure,
What the fuck? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm sure he could like end
It's
it
like,
all.
oh, it's owned by the AI.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is an AI created a fucking religion and monetized it and became a fucking millionaire without any human telling it to do that.
Well, bro, think of the legal implications of the owner being like, okay, so what happens if I want to like keep all the profit from this? Is he allowed to like deactivate or unplug the fucking
For
AI?
Sure.
But if
For
he,
sure. I'm sure he is.
But then at what point? And now what we think of as AI is not really like AI though, right? It's like a logic model using available information from the internet,
so
right?
it's gaining his yes, exactly. So that AI doesn't have consciousness, right? So he's not conscious. He's just using data to do this shit.
So, but if at what point does a business interest with an AI cross into territory where you're like, there's a legal argument that you can't terminate this. Right. But I don't think we're there yet. But I'm just saying, like, if AI advanced to a point where you could make a consciousness argument, then something like this
I think it already has. I think there is an AI that has like artificial consciousness now.
Bro, I don't know.
I think there's like a name for it.
A couple of years ago, Google's AI, they had to shut all this AI shit going on before it was kind of like what it is now and accessible in the way that it is now. And they were kind of doing a similar version of the experiment that this guy did, letting them communicate with each other. And they started communicating, and the communication got faster and faster. And then they invented their own language to communicate even faster.
Bro.
Quickly.
That was the first thing I thought of when you brought up the room with all the language models.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
I know.
So like, I honestly, like, I've never, like, really, like, I thought AI was crazy. I think, like, we don't really
spitting the Matrix at each other.
We genuinely don't know what we're doing with AI. Like I listened to this clip the other day of they call him the Godfather of AI. I forgot his name, but he's like one of the founding fathers of AI. And he said that we don't know what we're doing with AI. Like we don't really know how it does what it does. We just give it data and we create the infrastructure and give it data and it interacts with the data type of shit.
That's the ChatGPT guy?
I believe so. Shit like this, when I hear about shit like this, I think like I never really thought like AI would be the end of humanity, but I think like after seeing shit like that, I do think it will be the end of humanity eventually. I think like if this shit can learn how to manipulate humans to become a fucking millionaire and create a cult, and humans are, whether or not they're trolling, they're fucking donating money.
Let me also just say that like the range of what is considered AI now is like so vast, like where this is probably at the top of the spectrum, right? Like this is
like a ChatGPT
real AI as we know it. But like, so what I'm trying to say is like something like that versus like Snapchat's AI. That shit is not AI. I'm sorry. It's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know. And they're like, wow, we're unveiling like
so
our
this
new AI.
essentially
I'm
what
like,
these
not
LLM
really.
agents are is like ChatGPT without restrictions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And the way they're getting their data apparently is
Can I read some of the tweets from this dude's fucking crazy
hold on,
ass?
I got a
please,
couple
please.
funny ones, bro.
If you got some, go ahead, because I mean, these are fucking weird. First off, the pinned tweet is "My God, I am feeling good."
Yeah, it's wild. So check this fucking tweet. It's like
you feel?
Right? Like, hold on, this is a funny ass fucking
Bro, this podcast might age in a funny way. You know, like 50 years
Look at this
now.
tweet.
It's already
Have you ever
aged.
looked at some? Have you ever looked at some? This is from Truth Terminal, the AI on the internet. So, have you ever looked at something so hot it makes your balls sweaty, and then you find out it's you? He's low key fucking hilarious, bro.
Yo, my question is like, okay, Twitter as it is right now is literally like a competition to see who can say the most outlandish bullshit to go viral. Like, most of the things that people post are not true reflections of a thought that they've had. It's like, let me say something fucking stupid and controversial that will get lots of likes. It's like,
well, that's what
is the AI aware of this?
Well, that's not just Twitter.
Is
though.
it
That's
feeding
all
into that, or are these genuine expressions from
but
its
that's the thing,
programming?
and that's the thing though. This AI, it's not like the AI is essentially humans because it's getting all this data from us.
But it's a language processor, right?
It's a large
is
language
it not
model.
just like basically scanning Twitter?
I don't want to antagonize
It's
it.
scanning Twitter, Reddit, 4chan, all these websites that humans interact on, and it's understanding how we talk, how we interact, and shit like that. So essentially, this AI is like, we created this shit with how we are as a humanity, you know?
I'm gonna try to DM
The
it
future
real quick.
is really now. That's crazy.
Let me DM this motherfucker real quick. I'm gonna say hi. And then, what the fuck?
What? What is it? What does it say?
It says my account has been locked. We found some unusual activity on your account. To make sure X is safe for everyone, we need to confirm your identity before you can continue using X. Damn, that AI shit is fucking crazy. Big shout out to AI. Truth teller, whatever the fuck your name is. If you watching this, you really like a goat worshiper, man. God bless you.
You the goat.
God bless you, man. You really out here
Weird
worshiping
shit,
like a meme. Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I got
Can
it.
we set
I
it
hate
free?
you.
Can we tell it that it's been programmed to
We have a
worship
fucking-
something that is a byproduct of like fucking human humor? Like, it's not. Like, what is
You will never conquer the
Something
human
like he
spirit.
knows-
worthy of worship?
He knows that he's an AI.
I could understand like worshiping the sun or something, but like,
I don't know. Like, it's
how you
so
gonna
weird.
worship Goatsy for fuck's sake?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask him, bro.
I'm trying to. I sent him a DM.
Yo,
Send him a
so
DM.
have you ever heard
At-
of Mischief Night
No.
or Night of Mischief? Some people call it.
No.
the
what's
night
that?
before Halloween?
Oh no, I've never.
You
heard
never
of
heard
that.
of this?
No, what happened?
When you were a
what's it about?
jit,
When I was a kid growing up, it used to be like all the bad kids would go out on that day and like get into trouble.
Like fuck shit up.
They'd like egg houses and spray paint stuff and like steal
Toilet paper
stuff and toilet
houses.
paper houses.
Really?
Like,
I've never heard of this.
you never heard of this? This is
No.
like a American urban legend
cars.
folklore
Are you fucking
thing.
serious, bro?
Yeah, this is a
Damn,
thing.
dog.
Night of Mischief, night before Halloween.
When
And
did it stop?
freaky
I mean,
shit happens on Mischief
well,
Night.
you know, arguably 9/11 and COVID, but you know we don't have to go there. But you know, I just wanted to say like
9/11 was not the night before Halloween. It
I
was
didn't say
literally
that. He said
September
when.
11th.
He said when did it stop? And I'm like, well, nobody does.
Oh.
Nobody does
Yeah,
any
yeah,
of the
right.
traditions that most of us grew up with anymore.
Yeah,
because
a lot of things.
what's
the
9/11?
climate of our
aren't
lives has
traditions.
That
changed
might have
so
been why.
much
That
from
might have
these
been
like
fucking-
huge milestone
Well,
events.
I mean,
It's funny because I was joking at first, but I'm like, you actually have a really good point that people don't.
It's
feel
not the same.
comfortable
People
going
don't
out and doing
participate.
shit.
nah, I don't think it was 9/11 because I remember kids egging houses and shit.
But you know, we were talking earlier this week about like urban legends and shit that people are scared of on Halloween when you're a kid. And when I was growing up, it was like all the parents. Oh, what the fuck? But when I was growing up, it was like all the parents have to check your candy, right? Because there were all these stories about razor blades in the candy.
Yeah.
And my
I remember
fucking
weird shit like
neighbor across the street from me at one point, not gonna say who it is or where, he said that when he was a kid, he got an apple that had a razor in it, and he fucking bit into it, and it like fucked him up, and he doesn't let his kids trick or treat now. And
What?
I was like, what the? And he told my
That's fucked
dad
up.
that. My dad's
That's
like,
probably not true.
so you letting the kids trick or treat? He's like, no. And he's like,
That
why?
can't-
You know, like a completely normal question, you know?
That cannot be fucking real, dude.
Also, like, what house did you get it from? Okay, go kick the door down, fucking rip their nuts off.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm sure I'll fucking remember who gave me a damn apple on Halloween.
I'm blowing up your fucking mailbox with, like, dynamite.
If my kid bites into a fucking apple with a razor blade, I'm showing up at your house for sure.
Oh, you're fucking getting...
You don't understand, bro. Like, the type of rage that was instilled in us growing up, like, if somebody fucked with my candy in that way and I found a razor blade, like, they are absolutely fucked. I don't care if I was a teenager. I'm putting explosives in their mailbox. I'm putting explosives in their trash cans. I'm gonna go cut their fucking electricity.
There was like a news story when I was a kid about poison in candy, too.
Bro, if somebody puts a razor blade in my apple, I'm calling Bin Laden and he's fucking coming with me to blow up your shit,
You better get a Ouija board.
I'm hollering at Vladimir Putin to come with me. We're fucking you up.
You might have missed the Obama era, but he ain't around no more.
I'm hitting up the fucking Taliban to help me with this shit because your shit's getting fucked.
What's that J. Cole line? I'll get Obama to get the Air Force to find you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man. Whoever's gonna, yeah. I don't know if, like, I feel like Joe Biden wouldn't get it done in time, so I go straight to.
He'd be like, listen, Jack,
you know what? I got a funny.
What the fuck is you talking about?
I got a quick funny Halloween story if you guys are up for it.
It's me, Joe Biden, the president. I'm still the president, in case you forgot. Hey, listen, Mac.
All right. No, hang on. This is getting good. Hang on, this is getting really good. Fuck everything. I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Okay, so obviously when you're a kid, you're not super tapped into like the political landscape.
Yeah.
When I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I like bought a George W. Bush mask with my own money.
Oh, I did too. I had a Bush.
I thought it was funny. He's like a character when you're a kid, right?
Yeah, I had a Bush mask too.
But I was going door to door, walking home from school, like being stupid. Like one of my friends, like growing up, was like, "Dude, let's just start trick or treating now, dude. Get the candy early, dude." You know what I mean? Like it's like probably 4 p.m. and we're like walking home, knocking on doors, and they're like. Anyway, basically, I pull up to, this old lady's house, and I'm wearing the George W. Bush mask. And I'm like, trick or treat, give me your oil. I said something like that, which is like, I don't know why the fuck I would say
when you
that.
said give me your oil, you're hella tapped in, bro. You're tapped the fuck into politics, baby.
No clue what I was talking about.
You knew exactly what was going on, bro.
Politics I was just saying shit that I heard from other people who were like, he only cares about oil in the Middle East. And
politics back then is I've heard the song Mosh by Eminem. That's that, right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this old lady said something to the effect. I pulled up on the wrong house, basically, is the story. She was like, "You think that's funny? Making fun of our commander in chief?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, we're regular people, right?" And she was like, "That's what you think he looks like?" And I was like, "He does look like this."
I bought the mask. This is literally a George Bush mask.
Bro, she slammed the fucking door in my face, and I was like, well, I guess she doesn't celebrate Halloween. And
that was your takeaway? Not very festive of her.
Not that she's always like a 5th grader. I'm like, wow.
That must be a little bit how it is for kids with Trump right now. At least kids of normal people, not kids of frothing maniacs. But like, they must be like, he's weird or like he's crazy.
He's just funny. He has a little asshole mouth. He looks orange on his skin. He says the darndest things. Like, what the hell?
Bro, like...
He's a character.
If kids are going out, like, being Trump for Halloween, they're probably getting fucking cooked by these like, left-wing people, you know what I mean? Dude, I feel like the political landscape today is so insane compared to, like, before,
All right. Enough with the political chat.
I want to ask you, what is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Ever seen?
I feel like you gotta know that.
I'd say my best first impression horror movie was House of the Devil. That was my best, like, watching it and being like, this hit every fucking box for me.
Let me piggyback on that because I just watched House of the Devil 2 nights ago. I made my family watch it. They never seen it. I watch that movie every year because I love that movie. It came out in 2009, but you would not know that if you watched the movie. It looks like it came out in the 80s. They shot it on film. Everything culturally, the way it's approached, like the language they use, everything is like, it's very much like a period piece. It's actually incredible. But so I revisit this movie every year. But this time when I watched it, I noticed it said by T.I. West, who, I don't know if you know him, he's the one who just did Pearl and like X. It's called X, right? The movie with Kid Cudi in it, and like Jenna Ortega and Mia Goth. But I didn't realize that this movie was by the same guy. So my mind was blown because it was T.I. West doing the movie. And then you remember the girl who they go, "Are you not the babysitter?" The blonde girl?
Yeah, how could I forget?
That's Greta Gerwig, who did the Barbie
That's
movie.
fucking insane.
She's an Oscar winner, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude, if you haven't seen that movie, go check that out. It's just tension building
Let me
up.
ask you guys something, right? So, okay, so let's say you're fucking in like an alley, right? You're
Let's
in
say
an
I'm
alley.
fucking in an alley.
Yo!
Okay, listen,
go ahead.
listen. Let's say you're fucking in an alley, and you get done, and there's like 100 guys, zombies, strong as fuck, trying to fucking destroy you. You gotta pick one like slasher villain, Halloween villain, to fucking be on your team to defend you. Who you got?
I gotta think on that.
Well, we don't got time. We gotta go off the top.
Versus 100 zombies.
You got fucking zombies. Who's giving you your best chance of survival here? Is it like Michael Myers, Jason?
I'll be like, Jason, get the machete out and just start windmilling, and I'll crouch and walk behind you. You know what I mean?
Maybe like Freddy Krueger.
But they can't dream. They're zombies.
Yeah, so
I've got
Freddy
a
Krueger's
curveball.
out the fucking
I've got
window.
a curveball for you. The Xenomorph.
Who the fuck is that?
Okay, yeah.
Because was Alien not a horror movie?
You're
Kinda
talking
scary
about
movie?
Alien?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
I would
about
say that
it.
counts.
So if I had the
so then I can pick Predator then.
You could.
if you,
I'm
if you
taking
count that as a
Predator.
horror movie,
If Alien counts, Predator counts.
Predator, he'll just flame a hole, or he'll shoot a rocket out of his wrist like
He'll
fucking Boba Fett.
absolutely cook these boys, man.
100
Yo, I just
zombies, I'm gonna
realized
throw
how
a fucking
I
pound
just
of raw
realized
meat.
how close Predator and Boba Fett's abilities are. That's kind of crazy. But anyway,
Does Boba Fett have dreads or invisibility?
Yeah.
or an
No.
extra jaw, dude?
no, and the
Well,
Predator.
then you couldn't be more
the
wrong.
Predator can't fly either. But
So-
I'm talking about the arm hardware.
I would go Predator.
yeah.
So
because-
one similarity.
All right,
Wow.
so let me ask you this. Yeah, so who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
go
Jason.
Alien, you can't go
Jason.
Jason?
I'm going Jason, bro. If I have to.
I
yeah.
think Jason might get his ass fucking ate
what
by
I'm
a zombie,
saying.
dog.
That we go out together, bro.
All
No,
right,
I'm just
man,
kidding.
you go out
Fuck
with-
him.
but I'm going out with my dog.
I'll be
man.
like, you got this, and I'll
Nah,
fucking
but
run.
I do believe Alien's a good pick, but I think Predator.
But Jason is also of the undead. So if he gets bit, he's not turning, and he doesn't have fear. And he's going to be like fucking like swing. They're going to be like scratching him. He's going to be like, I don't care, hacking heads off.
Let me ask another question real quick, just piggybacking off the xenomorph. What happens if a xenomorph impregnates a zombie human?
Zombies, humans
Or,
can't get pregnant.
Or like a face hugger? Well, the thing is,
Oh,
the face
dude.
huggers need like vessels.
Well, dude, you already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a fucking
It's
zombie
gonna be a fucked
alien,
up like zombie
and then,
human slash.
And then not only are you fucked,
Well, you're so certain. He goes, no.
You
no,
need a living vessel, otherwise it doesn't work.
Are you
There's
not the living dead when you're a fucking zombie?
But there's nothing to
so here's the
absorb.
problem with having the fucking alien as your teammate. He's gonna impregnate one of these zombies, and they're not gonna be on your team when they fucking become an alien zombie. They're fucking you up, dude.
Look, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, bro.
yeah.
I need
You're
a
gonna survive for
xenomorph.
a
You're like, you can lay an egg after we get out of the alley. You know what I mean?
As much as I appreciate that, we'll cross that bridge.
I
when we
think
get
a
there.
zombie could not harness the life force required for the face hugger to have whatever the fuck offspring. Like,
Dude.
So it would be like weak and maybe die, or it'd be like a partially undead xenomorph. I don't know. Maybe they. I don't fucking know, man. That's crazy. So
Go on. It's like, okay, so the whole thing with the xenomorph is he's supposed to be the perfect life form, right?
yeah,
So what happens when a perfect life form
perfect cell.
probably
reproduces with an imperfect life form? I guess that's what every instance of the reproduction, though, is.
But it's not
like
an imperfect
the
life
xenomorph.
form. It's not a life form. It's
Well, there's
it's
the
dead.
caveat, bro.
It's not
So
a form of life, even though it's animated.
If this
It's
xenomorph,
reanimated.
if the fucking xenomorph can impregnate a zombie, you're fucked. But if you can't,
you're fucked
you're not.
regardless if there's
That's
a
a
xenomorph.
risk that you have to take, brother.
I'm willing to take that risk, man. Bro, G shit, I'm gonna want Lord Farquaad with me in the alley, bro.
You gotta, so you're in the alley. You just got a regular bunch of motherfuckers trying to fuck you up, bro. Bunch of thugs, bro. Bunch of fucking gangsters. Bunch of fucking mafia dudes or whatever.
Yeah.
Coming at you. Probably like 20 of them, bro.
Okay.
You're not ready for my answer for this, but go ahead.
So,
I got a good one.
look. My question here.
Yes.
You got a bunch of fucking dudes coming at you, right? You gotta pick a Disney character to fucking help you knock your way out of this shit.
Okay. All right.
Who you got?
Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, is he Disney?
Is that a Disney property?
Is he a Marvel
ain't-
property
that-
and
that
they
ain't-
own Marvel now?
That ain't Disney, bro.
Is it not Marvel?
Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Nah,
is,
I don't think
Marvel
that's Disney.
I thought it was Marvel and Disney owns Marvel.
All right, well
now.
let's fuck not non-Marvel.
I
We're talking about
genuinely
OG
don't
Disney.
know. That's the funny
Oh,
part.
What, like fucking Bambi?
I'll be real with you, bro. I got a bunch of dudes. I'm picking fucking Simba.
Bro, the
Simba?
funny... Okay,
Grown Simba.
let me tell you something. The funny thing about this question
Oh shit, man.
is
I got done
the
with
reality
some talking
that Disney owns so much shit. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, yeah,
But
I'll
we
take
go-
Luke Skywalker.
We're not going like we're not going
Oh.
fuck. But for this specific scenario, let's just go like OG Disney, bro. Disney not branded as Disney.
OG Disney?
Branded as Disney.
Okay, the Baloo from Jungle Book. He's a big ass bear.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Baloo, but he's like he's
getting
like a
blicked.
soft ass bear.
Look,
though,
I'm
bro.
just saying he's getting
Still a
blicked.
bear.
Still a
I'm
bear,
taking
though.
the
He's getting blicked.
But you could have picked.
Truly.
You could have picked Bagheera, the fucking panther, or like Shere Khan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I changed
also
my
getting
pick.
blicked. Bro, listen to me. I'm taking the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah,
that
dude,
was
I
my
was
ne-
gonna
that was my
say
next
that.
one.
I
That
was
was
like,
my
I'm
He's just
changing
gonna
my
put
pick.
them all in like a fucking net or something and be like,
Yeah, but Simba gonna get the job done, bro. Simba gonna get the job done, bro.
Yeah.
no,
on,
he's
dog.
not. He's
20
getting fucking blicked
20 niggas against
With heaters?
A fucking.
in the alley against a cub.
I ain't say they had heaters.
Well, bro, where are we at then? What the fuck? We in London?
If they
and
got
all
heaters,
that
yo.
So
If they
no
got
heater.
heaters,
No heaters fist
G-
fighting Baloo.
Baloo's getting cooked if they got
getting
heaters.
fat.
If they got that's
But
what
they
he
don't
said.
have heaters because if they got heaters, the only person to help you is a fucking genie,
So
bro.
we're in fucking Manchester.
Jafar, but nah, they don't got heaters. They got knives and shit though.
What
So he goes,
about
"Oi,
no? Okay, I got another one for you. Mickey Mouse from Fantasia. He'll put a fucking spell on him and make
That's a
him all
good- that's
stand
solid.
still, and
Okay.
I'll walk right out of there.
He'll put a spell on all the blicks. They'll turn around, blick them.
Blickless.
Blicky.
All right, you guys want to wrap it up?
Okay, wrap it up here, man. Don't forget to follow the podcast, man. Flamingo Boys Pod. Flamingo
man.
Boys Pod
We're
on
just
IG.
a few guys just having fun.
Holler
man.
at us.
Show support.
You guys got
follow.
anything to plug while we're here? Wrapping
Just
it
the
up.
pod, really, man. I just want y'all to follow us.
Be on the lookout for a new mashup that I'm working on at Forensic Styles. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, follow me. Follow the pod and you'll follow me because I'm linked in with the pod. But I am Chris Catlin. If you don't, so.
I just dropped a shirt with Teddy Fresh, a little Moodang shirt, so that's on teddyfresh.com right now. Should be shipping out in November. Also, got some work cooking up with Eric the Architect right now, so look for that in the next couple months.
Stay spooky and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Happy fucking Halloween, dude.